invisible light is shining right through you. Invisible light, invisible light. Invisible light is shining right through you. The lost glow of our civilization that harvested the powers of the universe. Go back up to the surface and take better care of the world than we did once. Good luck. Good luck. Good fucking luck. One egg with two yolks. Barbecue beans over plastic. Smoke bottom with a 360. No scope. There's no way out. There's no hope. The only way through is down. Catch up on white bread. A little salt 'cause I like it. I wanna fall in love, but I got no soul. Just a torture clone more than a UFO. Okay. Did you see a landscape of thorns? Did you see a landscape of thorns? Did it make you full of fear? Did it make you curious? I've been a 3-mile island and silent hell. I fixed my ugly gross third eye with the 12-volt power drill. I've been to LA and New York City, but there was nothing there but cops. And everybody died while everybody watched. One egg with two yolks. Barbecue beans over plastic. Smoke bottom with a 360. No scope. There's no way out. There's no hope. The only way through is down. Catch up on white bread. A little salt 'cause I like it. I wanna fall in love, but I got no soul. Just a torture clone born in a UFO. One egg with two yolks. Barbecue beans over plastic. Smoke bottom with a 360. No scope. There's no way out. There's no hope. The only way through is down. Catch up on white bread. A little salt 'cause I like it. I wanna fall in love, but I got no soul. Just a torture clone born in a UFO. I just wanna make the world smile. I just wanna make the world dance. God knows where I am. God knows where I am. You can touch my angel wing, yank a feather from my back. You can have all the love in the world, even if the world's down. I just wanna make the whole earth smile. I just wanna make the whole earth smile. I tried so hard, I did a lot. Do you believe me? I just wanna make the whole earth smile. I just wanna make the world smile. Do you think I'm bad? Do you think I'm wrong? Or I'm too slutty? I think sometimes it hurts to feel empty. I think I do something weird to get the feeling inside. I thought I'd just die if someone touched me. I think sometimes I just prefer to die. Clawed hands gripping, tear away at your skin. There's something else underneath. It hurts, it feels so good, like a glowing new shape. You look like nothing that you ever seen before. I just wanna be different. I just wanted to choose. Grind it up and repurpose a deflated balloon. Never fit in the old me. Always hated the new. Always thought I was useless, but I'm perfect. You.
Why be sweet? Why be careful? Why be kind? A man has only one thing on his mind. Why ask politely? Why go lightly? Why say please? They only want to get you on your knees. There's a few things that I never could believe. A woman when she weeps, a merchant when he swears, a thief who says he'll pay, a lawyer when he cares, a snake when he's sleeping, a drunkard when he prays. I don't believe you go to heaven when you're good, and everything goes to hell anyway. Laissez-faire, mi amor, c'est la vie. Shall I return to shore, swim back out to sea? The world don't care what a sailor does in the town. It's hanging in the windows by the pound. I don't believe you go to heaven when you're good. Everything goes to hell anyway. I only want to hear you purr and hear you moan. You have another man who brings the money home. I don't want dishes in the sink. Don't ask me what I feel or what I think. There's a few things that I never could believe. A woman when she weeps, a merchant when he swears, a thief who says he'll pay, a lawyer when he cares, a snake when he's sleeping, a drunkard when he prays. I don't believe you go to heaven when you're good. Everything goes to hell anyway. Everything goes to hell anyway.
I'd sell your heart to the junk man, baby, for a buck. For a buck. If you're looking for someone to pull you out of that ditch, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. Ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. There's a leak in the boiler room. The poor, the lame, the blind. Who were the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and warriors. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. Digging up the dirt with the shovel and the pick. It's a job, it's a job. Bloody mood rising with the plague and the fun. Doing the mob, doing the mob. It's all over. It's all over. It's all over. And there's a leak in the boiler room. mind? Who are the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and lawyers. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away on business, business. Goddamn, there's always such a big temptation to be good, to be good. There's always free cheddar in a mousetrap, baby. It's a deal, it's a deal. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. I narrow my eyes like a coin slot, baby. Let her ring, let her ring. God's away, God's away, God's away on business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business.
Fucking bomb made me deaf, deaf. A Humvee mechanic put his Kevlar on wrong. I guarantee you'll meet up with the suicide bomb. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Big fucking ditches in the middle of the road. You pay $100 just for filling in the hole. Listen to the general every goddamn word. How many ways can you polish up a turd? And left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. How is it that the only ones responsible for making this mess got the sorry asses stapled to a goddamn desk? And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Left, right, left. What did you do before the war? I was a chef. I was a chef. And what was your name? It was Jeff. Jeff. I lost my buddy and I wept, wept. I come down from the meth, so I slept, slept. I had to go to home, but I left, left. Pants did the wind for a joke. I pranced right in with the dope. Glanced at her shin, she said nope. Oh, left, right, left. Nimrod, bodfish, have you any wool? Get me another body bag, the body bag's full. And my face was scorched, scorched. I miss my home, I miss my porch, porch. Left, right, left. Can I go home in March? March. My stance was a chin full of soap. That rancid dinner with the Pope. And left, right, left. Cali Prosciutto got his thumbs blown off. Sergio's developing a real bad cough. Sergio's developing a real bad cough. And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Boom went his heavyweight and boom went Bowery. Oh, what the hell was it that the president said? Give them all a beautiful parade instead. And left,
left. While I was over here, I never got to vote. I left my arm in my coat. My mom, she died, I never wrote. We sat by the fire, need a coat. Just before he died, he had a toke. Now I'm home, and I'm blind, and I'm broke. What is next?
Whew! That song always resonates. Always resonates with me. Never stops resonating with me. Any by Tom Waits, really. Especially after Blood Money. Christ almighty. What is all this? What is all this? What is all this? What is it I'm doing? I don't know half the time. See what we got here. Oh, why did I click on that? That's not what I was trying to do. That's not what I was ever trying to do. This is what I was trying to do. This hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Dead in the blind. There we go. What is this? Turn this way. Function. Some degree. Some capacity. At least for now. No, I didn't check out Songus Among Us. You didn't get a notification? That's weird. I don't know why. Yeah, I know, Ramon. Tom Waits is the best. Tom Waits is up there. Music I can connect to. Whatever capacity. Oh my god, I'm gonna play whatever this fucking Songus Among Us thing you keep fucking mentioning. Jesus H. Christ, Mathem. Okay, I'm just gonna play it. If this shit's stupid, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. What the fuck is this shit that you keep telling me to fucking watch? That's Incubus. Fungus Among Us? A Songus Among Us. So is it like a... Is it the animated one by the Chalk Eaters? Is that what you're referring to?
Wait. How lucky we are to live in a beautiful world. And there's a reason we keep spinning on this tiny rock and found a common tongue, we built the cities, we got overrun by locusts.
Yeah, I can't deal with it's too upbeat for me right now. Music. I know the lyrics probably aren't, but I can't right now. It's just like fucking I can't. I'll check it out later. I'm in no mood for that shit. Sorry, man. I'm not in the mood for satirical happy song right now. Oh my god. Well, I will check it out. I can tell that's where it's going, right? I'm guessing it's going in some kind of pessimistic shit with an upbeat track. What do you care what type of music? Okay, I mean I listen to all kinds of shit, but let's see here. I mean currently or just in general? Because if it's in general, if it's hard and it's loud and it's weird, and I don't care if it's electronic or if it's like fucking orchestras or if it's like fucking loud and crazy and angry and weird and depressing, I probably like it in some degree or another. I listen to everything from, well, I was just playing some Tom Waits, to shit like Tom Waits, to like the Bad Seeds, and to shit like, black metal, death metal, grindcore, fucking doom metal, some power metal. No, I'm not listening to that right now. But True Power, good albums. Yeah, I'm sure they are. This isn't the I play music stream though. That's like where my energy levels are at. This is the Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know. It's weird. Like I'm weird with music. Like when people suggest stuff, like for some reason I'm just like I don't know. But then when like I kind of just stumble across it, that's kind of when I hook to things. But there's been a few times where suggestions actually kick through. I don't know. I don't even understand my own aesthetic. It's fucking weird. It's whatever works, I guess. Um, do you think schizoids are more open to experience than other groups of people? Uh, yeah, I missed that question, Holy. I would say so, yeah. In certain regards, I would say in other regards, probably not. Like if you're talking like a lot of forms of socializing, I'm sure they're not privy or not privy, not interested in many of those experiences. But a lot of other types of experiences, especially more conventional shit, I would say yes. I'd say absolutely, or things that most people would overlook in many regards because they don't find them interesting. I would say a lot of those things, those count as experiences. Um, yes, they are very open. A lot of schizoids are open, but there are closed. There are very closed schizoids that I've talked to. So I mean, just like anybody else, there's open people, closed people. Openness is like a spectrum in and of itself amongst all forms of people, regardless of their neurodivergence. I'm personally more cool with people that are moderate in their openness, neither closed nor the brain falling out, in my opinion, but just kind of look at what's in front of them and make whatever call they can at any given moment, as much as they try. It's probably a little better for me, but that's my taste. So whatever. Everything is context. Everything is context all the time. I'm already in the what do you call it? The annex chat live thing. So if anybody wants to jump on already, you're more than welcome to. I'm waiting for one particular person that might show up and hang out. If they don't, that's cool. They're probably just busy. But if they do, cool. I don't know. We'll see. Ah, God. Why do I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. Lord. All right. Oh, my God. I was just like bored and feeling, just like, ugh, I need distractions. So I was like, I'll just do a stream. Then I'll probably end up unlisting because it's going to be stupid and worthless, more than likely. So that's why I'm here. Why are you here? If I was doing what you were doing, would you like to observe me doing it? Um, no, because I wouldn't want to watch somebody do what I'm doing because then it's too much like me, and then I'd probably get bored. But if it's some variation of something that's relatable, that's unique to that individual's personality, well, then maybe, especially if you're talking about some interesting subjects. But I'm not my own aesthetic. If you were doing exactly what I was doing, no, that would suck. That would be boring. If you were doing what you're doing, then maybe I don't know. I haven't seen what you do. It's that much. Holy, it's kind of how I see it. That's how I perceive it. That's how I see it. Just whatever that's worth. I mean, the thing with me and the way my stupid fucking brain works most of the time. Where's the? You know what? I'm tired of switching over. So let me see if I can. Hold on. I'm gonna add a source here. There we go. There. And then, oh, that's just taking up everything. What the fuck? That's not what I need. What is this? Oh, God. She killed me. What? I hate everything. Hold on, guys. Incompetence is strong. There we go. There, now we have the chat. Cool, right? Chat right there on the screen for everybody to see. Everybody that wants to see it. Whatever that is. Let me see here. So, you big gay or small gay? I'm medium gay. If I was, oh yeah, wait, did you ask the same question again, or is this thing not updated? Oh, holy, we have to ask the same. Oh no, that was the same. No, I missed it. How come? Oh, it's because I don't have live chat. Oh, stupid! I hate that shit. It wasn't showing me everything. Got it. There we go. The reason you just gave is exactly why I watch your shit. Okay, that's good. I guess because that'd be a pretty good reason for me to watch shit of that type. That were too. So that's good. Aside of that, I really, especially on a stream like this, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just fucking around, waiting for questions and hoping they're fun or whatever, and then answering them. I haven't been doing too great. I'll be honest. Who cares? It hasn't mattered thus far. Why would it matter now? Let's see here. Do you think there is anyone that isn't somewhat gay? Like I feel everyone is to some extent, even if they don't know it yet. Um, I don't know, Polly. There's a lot of people out there that have a strong, not just indifference, but a strong aversion to specific features of the human body associated to specific, uh, you know, yeah. I don't think that's true. I know people that are like, yeah, PP is just my PP can't work when I see PP. No, it's not. I feel like tomboy abs and have them. That's just your thing. There might be a mixture of features, right? They're interesting, but a lot of the time, for a lot of people, it comes down to PP or no PP. Um, Even if other features might be androgynous or ambiguous, PP and no PP is like a pretty big one. That's kind of what it comes down to for a lot of people. Because if PP is probably going to be things happening in some regard or another that you probably don't want happening to you or around you or wouldn't want to interact with if you are not a fan of PP, right? Regardless of PP. Or, you know, it's yeah, I am also a full PP acceptance. I PP is fine. But not everyone. Like people literally have an aversion to it. Like disgust, like a disgust mechanism appears. It's similar to like a gay man who would have a disgust response to a vagina. I would say it's the same thing. There's plenty of I talked to plenty of gay dudes that are like vagina disgusts me. I want to vomit in my mouth. If it were one in front of me, I would be scared. I would be terrified. I'd want to leave the room. I don't want it near me. It does not arouse me. It does the opposite. Um, like were it to advance on me in some aggressive fashion, I would fend for my life. That's how some gay men have described that I've talked to like in the past, or I've read descriptions of. Um, just like there's probably a lot of lesbians out there that say no pee pee, pee pee scary, pee pee gross, pee pee yuck, and I'd be like, all right, well your disgust mechanism is associated to pee. So I don't. I think it's pretty straightforward in many regards. If you're kind of like comme si comme ça about pee pee, then maybe that's somebody that might dabble. But if you're like no, and I'm not just like projecting, it's just like it just honestly makes me go blah. I would be like, oh, okay, well, that's just a person. That makes, just that's how they're built. That's fine. And then you got weirdos like me that decide it's all good. All of it's fine. Because, I don't know, my thoughts, I guess, regarding that sort of stuff I don't know. I don't know what it is about my own brain that makes all of it okay. But there are certain features that I don't like. So I have a disgust mechanism when it comes to, like, say, a encounter of that sorts. If somebody were to be incredibly hairy, I do not like hairy. I don't care if a woman or a man or whatever the fuck. Hairy, no. I do not like hairy. So hairy is gross. Hairy, I have an aversion to hairy. It's just like, no. Don't like. Don't like. So that's me. Sorry to disappoint any of you bears out there that like to watch my streams or videos. I'm not into you in any capacity. No hate. Just nope. I like Q&As or just people asking questions about whatever. It's distracting. Wow, now I want to do a poll on Harry and O'Harry. I'd like to see local schedule data on that. I agree. Me no into Harry deal. At least shave ahead of time, please. Hair is a mixed bag for me. I like it on both men and women. I can't stand when it's just unmanageable. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on somebody because they have fucking hair in a location that's conventionally has some, but like I'm talking about like a hairy body. Like, you got really hairy legs and hairy arms, and hairy back and hairy chest and hairy stomach, like, or even like it's just even like medium amounts of it. Like I'm just like no, no. So as far as like people of the male persuasion, I like clean. That's just my affinity, I guess. I'm not going to hate if there's some in certain locations. That's fine, obviously. But yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It's not. It's not a explainable thing. It's nonsense in my brain. I have very little say over. I mean, that's the thing about like if you guys want to be just entertained by whatever the fuck pops in my head, if that's what you find entertaining, just me rambling about something, All you have to all you have to do, something I can't speak, is throw subjects at me in chat, and I'll just talk about whatever subjects you throw at me. And if somebody wants to jump on and chat it up about whatever topical interest they have, um, that's fine too.
I have something to ask.
Oh, what? Is that you, Captain? Captain has something to ask? What a surprise. Just kidding.
Say
So,
someone was going to make the most tasteless dating sim ever, where all the
hmm,
characters have some sort of mental disorder and there was a schizoid character. What do you think would be the right way to portray that?
like in a dating sim?
Yeah, I may or may not have some friends who are looking to make a hentai game.
Oh, so they may or may not be creating a schizoid waifu or husband, do?
We haven't decided the setting yet, but that's one thing I thought of. One that takes place in a
Hmm.
mental hospital because it's so tasteless and bad
Yeah,
publicity
yeah.
is
No, of
good
course.
publicity.
Yeah, of course. I like tasteless. It would be even better if you want to make that game good, right? Like good, but also use the controversy. I would say what would make it successful in any capacity would to use the controversy to stir up, pearl clutching, and then actually depict the individuals accurately as possible, and not without like a bunch of stigma and bullshit and stereotypes. If you,
Definitely no stigma.
yeah, but what I'm saying is if you depict them properly, and it's a dating sim, even though it's tasteless because it's a mental hospital, it could also be a means of educating people on some of the more complex ideas pertaining to various forms of psychological issues or whatever, and also at the same time, stir up some controversy. So, but I'm trying to think. Um, Jesus, uh, a schizoid, a schizoid dating sim character. This is silly, but I like silly bullshit. Um, hmm, okay, okay. So schizoid, just schizoid. That's it, schizoid. Right? We're not throwing other elements in there, right? It's
There'd
supposed to be
be other characters with different stuff,
different
but
stuff.
yeah, just
Okay,
a
yeah,
pure
yeah. But the
schizoid
schizoid
character.
would be the pure schizoid
Yeah.
dating character. Um. Well, first of all, they wouldn't be talking about themselves, obviously, and they also wouldn't be asking questions of the other person. Is this overt or covert though? See, is it more overt? Obviously, they're probably are since they're already in a fucking place. Never mind.
Yeah,
So they're
overt would
probably not
make more sense,
masking.
but
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
covert would make for a good plot twist.
Yeah, covert could be interesting, right? Um, like where I mean, if you were to do a covert version of a dating sim character of schizoid, they would start as being like very conventionally friendly and charming in some capacity or another and smiley, and then over the course of the meetings they progressively become more distant and uninterested and whatever, and depending on how the protagonist makes their moves they might get the schizoid character to feel safe enough to actually continue seeing them and tell them a little bit more about who they actually are. But the person would have to actually during the parts where they're talking to the covert, they would have to say or do things that would resonate with them, as in like they're actually seeing past the mask without being intrusive, right? So it would have to be answers that would work that way, right?
Could definitely be the hardest path in the game where you've got
Oh, I mean,
to beat it
that's a
legitimately,
difficult
you've
one,
got to
right?
collect hints.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to collect hints, and then you would have to like pay attention. You would have to pay attention to what they talk about. Um, so if like say the character keeps it topical with them, they might feel more comfortable, and then might reveal elements of themselves. And if so, I would say that would definitely be good. But the character themselves, if they were to drop no, I'm just kidding, drop mask over time in the game, they would probably be more focused on like concepts, topics, meta shit, all kinds of stuff that is not very conventionally interpersonal, and then the protagonist would have to like be okay with all of that and kind of go with it, not derail it into the dating aspect, right? Oh, let's get to know each other and be in a relationship, like an interpersonal relationship. Like if they focus their efforts on becoming understanding the person, and also being really transparent about themselves, that would be like the path to success if it was a dating sim with a schizoid type character. It would be transparency, like blunt transparency, uh, teetering on rude, and I mean, by conventional standards, and a focus on the topics that are being discussed, and paying enough attention to what they're talking about to try to understand why those things matter to that person, and not putting too much emphasis on that particular individual's like I don't know, everyday happenings and into like personal, like just bullshit, or things that would be considered personal to most people. So like I would say like yeah. So but yeah, the character would just like probably yeah, it would start covert, and then eventually if they drop it, then they might get more a little more flat sometimes, and probably a little talking a little bit about their difficulties connecting to people and alienation and stuff a little bit, and then if that person successfully understands some of what they're saying, like so you would have options like answers, like where some of the responses to something they're saying about feeling disconnected from people or whatever, like a bad answer would be like, oh, you should just try going out more and talking to people. That would be just like a answer, you know, or saying like, oh, I know it's really hard to find people that understand what it is you're trying to say sometimes, like that would be a better answer.
I thought of an interesting idea. Often these dating sims word the answer so you can pretty easily tell what the right answer is, but it would be interesting if, with the schizoid character, the answers that were worded to sound right are always the wrong ones, as a metaphor
Yeah,
for
yeah,
how
yeah,
normal
exactly.
social instincts don't work with schizoids.
Yeah. So if yeah, that would end up with you getting ghosted by the character, permanently ghosted, and they would lock out that path. Um, but if you're sincere and trying to understand them and transparent in what you believe when they ask you questions, if they ask you questions, then I think that would be a successful route, a more successful route. But it would require some insight. All of these would, right? Because like even if you're talking a dating sim with like characters with PDs and other sort of this issues. I mean, like if you have a waifu or whatever in this dating sim and dating sim, all fucking things, um, then yeah, I mean you would have to tackle some pretty rough issues. The problem, I'll be honest with you, man, it's that's tasteless to make it a hentai. That's rough. Like that's rough to kind of like circle that square as far as like going, oh, this is supposed to also be accurate and educational, but it's like, but you're fucking them. So like, I don't know.
And that's also the thing is, this ain't exactly a high budget game where we have tons of time to round out all the educational aspects.
Oh yeah, well if that's the case, good luck. Um, it's just going to be a very controversial mess that might sell some copies to some coomers that like sad girls.
In
So
any case, we'll probably be going for something generic like cyberpunk or whatever, but I was just interested to hear your thoughts on the topic, because I might
oh no,
incorporate
yeah, that's
some
that's fine.
aspect of it.
No, of course, yeah. If you do something like that, then so I know, I get it. It's just hello. Is this the schizoid? Hello, this is the schizoid stream? Yeah, that's the one. Um, Let me look at the chat. I've been kind of like neglecting it because I got caught up in all these thoughts. Let's see here. Oh my, there's been a lot of stuff said. Let's see here. Now they're talking about. I got on the topic of just hair, and people were just talking about just unshaved, shaved genitals. Wonderful. Love my chat. Hoop Science, $20. Oh shit. Fuck. Sorry. Wasn't supposed to say anything. I didn't notice it was a sticker. Sorry. Apologies. Because normally if somebody does a sticker, I don't say anything. But I forgot about my rule because it hasn't been implemented ever. First time. Because I hate fucking stickers. It's just stupid. I hate them. But that's just an old rule I came up with. Hoop. Nothing bad about what you did. You probably didn't even know. Let's see. By the way, seriously, you just genuinely interacting with us is what we like. You think close to how I do. I feel like they're the person I can finally relate to. Parasocial, baby. Yeah, at this rate, you'll be a millionaire. I'm gonna be super rich. Hoop Science, Schizoid community needs inks more than some folks. Oh, yeah, whatever. Blah. It's not bad that you say that, Hoop. It's just it makes me uncomfortable because I don't like to think of myself as anything special. Let's see here. They want to just talk for the sake of it, and you just be here with you. The hentai makes it spicy. I play this game. All right. Well, it looks like Holy Wrath might buy your game. So, Holy Wrath says they would play mental illness waifu's hentai dating sim. So, there's that option. That's exciting, right? All right. Hold on one second, guys. What the fuck is? My mouse is being a stupid idiot. Give me a second here. Why does it do that to me? Of course. No, that's not what I want to do. God damn it all to hell. Everything is so stupid and annoying and I hate it. Okay, that's not. Okay. That's not what I was trying to get. Okay, so who else is on here with me? What do I have? I have 225. Um, 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. Hello. Okay, I'm back. Um, what? The chicken is not cold, but spicy. No need to warm it up. Is he getting swatted? The fuck is going on? Stop that bass drop sound effect. What are you talking about? What bass drop sound effect? I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what that is. Oh, hi, 2255. How are you today? Broccoli person. Hello? Mr. Broccoli person. Are you there? I'm guessing they're either AFK or something. Don't know why anybody, well, besides Myeloid here, does it regardless. It's of their own reasons. Jump on my stream just to say anything. But if they're AFK and they returned at any point, go ahead and jump on in. I want to hear why the fuck you would bother jumping on this stupid live stream, like what it is you want to talk about. I'm not harassing the lurkers. I can't have lurkers. You're look, Milo. You're the only lurker that's allowed on my stream. Okay. Somebody wants to jump on. You're like the mascot. Okay, you're my lurker mascot, so I'm okay with that. Lurkers are fine, but if somebody wants to lurk, they can do that elsewhere, not on the live stream channel. Because then I have a bunch of boxes, especially if I get more people that are talking. Then I have a bunch of boxes, and it makes the screen smaller, and whatever. They want to lurk live. They could just listen to the stream. That's my point. Like, if you're just gonna listen to the stream, just listen to the stream. Just listen to the stream. Not the heckin' boxes. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't like it. It's annoying. Whatever. I wish if I could just like what's the word? Like make the picture disappear and then like take the box away and then somebody could just lurk. That's fine. I don't care. But then like if two more people jump on, it's just like I don't know. It's annoying, especially if somebody turns on their camera at some point and they want to be like, "Oh hey, look, I'm turning on my camera," and all of a sudden like their fucking picture is all super tiny in the corner. Whatever, man. It's my fucking stream. Leave me alone. Fucking BB, Myeloid, fucking fucker. BGOT. Yes. Yes, BB is the king of making bee puns on the stream. Christ. I don't know what I'm doing. So, if anybody wants to jump on and talk, you know what, here. For now, hey, Carp,
Yeah.
you'll talk about whatever. Just talk about something. Okay. It doesn't work that way?
Unfortunately not.
Ugh. What works? Like, what would I have to do? Like, what if I give you a prompt? Would that work?
Possibly.
Okay, I'm going to give you a prompt, Carp. The prompt is Atlantis.
They must have some good fucking fishing at Atlantis.
Well, why would you say that?
Because it's underwater.
Do you think they eat like, well, how deep, right? So depending on the depth, you have different aquatic life, right, to feast from.
Right, I assume it would be pretty close to the surface so they could farm algae and stuff with the sunlight.
So that would be where they would get like their veggies. Essentially, it would just be a bunch of like plant life.
Yeah. Algae farming and catching the fish that feed on their algae.
Wait. They're underwater now. Atlantis wasn't initially underwater.
Oh.
You know that, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So you don't know shit about Atlantis.
I've only heard like the mythological stories of just a race of sea people or whatever.
No, they weren't sea people. Even regarding like even if you look into what do you fucking call him? Aristotle. I believe it was Aristotle. Or was it Socrates? No, it was Aristotle. I can't remember. One of those two fuckers. Because I can't remember at the moment. They wrote about Atlantis. If I remember, was it Plato? I don't even know. And but that's where a lot of that shit got started. But they're not mermaid people. They're like they were essentially humans that lived on a fucking continent or a country-sized island or something that I don't know if it was the Indian Ocean or I forgot where it was supposed to be, but and eventually they had like some kind of super hyper advanced sort of at least comparatively to whatever civilizations were there at the time, and then eventually it sank or got destroyed by a variety of theories as to how it occurred, and they sank to the bottom, and everyone died, and now there's just a sunken city that's just like a sort of like Plato is all like, "We're in the cave, bro. We can't really see reality, but how exactly?" Animated town by okay, Mr. Plato. Even if that's true, you're lying on your senses. So come on, come to the thought. Okay, uh, sure, but yeah. So it was a sunken city with humans that were possibly, according to some people, being like groomed by extraterrestrials, and then they all died because of some war of the gods or some shit, or alien wars, and then that was it. So no, they're not mermaid people. Sorry, sorry, Carp. Is that disappointing?
I thought it was just a legend. I wasn't. I was sort of vaguely aware that
No,
people
I
had
mean
real
it is
theories
just a
about it.
legend, but it's there's been like people that have written a lot of works trying to prove that it was a real place with real people and real conspiracies regarding cover-ups pertaining to it and why history has forgotten it. Blah 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 blah. It's like it's one of those. It's one of those like ancient, mysterious, lost civilizations that may or may have not existed. Yeah. No, I watch a lot of anime, Anthony, so I don't know what that means. I'm definitely both a nerd and a schizoid, idiosyncratic. We're not sociopaths, Jesus. Uh, Schizoids aren't sociopaths. They're alternate socio. I don't know. The FBI got them. Okay, well, that's what happens. Wait, me? Did my stream go down or something? No, it didn't. It's fine. Don't scare me. Let's see here. Dumb Money Media, for you Sigma humans, I present to you unlisted video for your viewing pleasure. Liquids allowed. Okay, well, check out Dumb Money Media's video. It's on YouTube. Don't worry. Don't be scared. It's a good friend of the few that I have in this godforsaken world. That is a good friend of mine. So check out their video. They do fun stuff on there. So yeah, Carp. Sorry for disappointing you. Unless that's more interesting than mermaid people. Which one was more interesting?
Definitely more interesting that it might have been a real place and that there's some possibility of finding it.
Yeah, there's like people that have attempted to find it. There's people that have done like, oh, we found like, pillars in this region of the ocean, and there's like, what's it called, debates pertaining to where they came from, and how likely it was that there was even a city there that got sunk into the sea, and all this shit. The whole thing, the whole Atlantis thing, is a goddamn mess. It's almost as it's been around way longer than the other lost civilization conspiracy stuff, which is what's the other one, guys? You're a bunch of fucking weirdos. Somebody on
Is it
here.
fucking Wakanda or something?
No, not fucking Wakanda. Wakanda's fucking fake. That's shit's Marvel.
No,
No.
I mean Wakanda was a. There's a conspiracy theory about it. It's not made up by
Oh my
Marvel, but it
god.
is some real crackpot shit
Really? There's like people saying Wakanda is a real place, like it's there now, or that it used to exist.
that it used to exist.
Okay.
There's people who, like the Nation of Islam was a group,
Okay.
black supremacist group way back during the civil rights
Well, they're
era,
still
and
around now.
yeah, but they're pretty irrelevant
What,
nowadays.
like the KKK? Completely
Like you've
irrelevant.
heard of those people who think that Yaqub made white
Yeah,
people by reading.
Yakub and demons. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they believe
That,
Yaqub
yeah,
was born in
I.
Wakanda and all that.
Oh Lord. Okay, maybe that's where the originators of the Marvel Wakanda got their source from, like their ideas from these like you know, conspiracies or ideas of this lost Lemuria. There you go. Thank you, Self Loss. Lemuria. Uh, Lemuria is I think that's the one. No, Termeria, not Lemuria. Termeria, is it Termeria? Captain, which is the civilization that used to be the United States and a bunch of other countries? They got taken over and covered up, and there's photos of proof people saying that there's like we like made like that like we made buildings above the original buildings because the original buildings sunk to the ground, and that like I think that's Termeria, right? Is that to the Termeria one?
I've got no clue.
Oh god, that stuff's so much fun. Hold on, let me see. Is it Termeria? No, I'm thinking turmeric. Termeria, or is it? It can't be Lemuria. Lemuria? Is it Lemuria? I feel like it started with a. All right, hold on. Okay, yeah, no, I know about Lemuria, 1864. Yeah, yeah, that's a different one. That's a different one. I know about Lemuria too, but people associate Lemuria to Atlantis as well. Like, there's people that think Atlantis is Lemuria. Yeah, Lemuria is just the Lemurian continent is the one. Yeah, I think that was the Indian Ocean, right? That supposedly, or is it? No, it's not the Indian Ocean. Yeah, it's the Indian Ocean, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And supposedly that's where Atlantis was stationed, and that the original Atlantis was actually called Lemuria. No, 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 no. That's what I. No, it's a different one. It's like way wackier. It's way more fun. Hold on. Lost civilization in America disappeared. Cover up. What is it called? Come on, come on, come on. There. Oh, it has a cool name. It was like a civilization that was lost, and that all the world governments covered up to make it go away over the last couple centuries or some shit. It's like the most wild shit. Hold on. Somebody, come on, you're a bunch of fucking weirdos. How does nobody know this? How does
Is it
nobody know this?
Cahokia?
Huh?
Is it Cahokia?
No, 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 no. It's God. I used to have people send me like links because I used to like hang out in all kinds of weird circles because I just like conspiracy shit and like cryptozoology and all that fun stuff. Like I don't believe a lot of it because a lot of it I think is cope, but there are some things that was really really fun regardless of how silly. Like I would hear it and I go, this is probably really silly and I can't see how it makes any sense. But God, I wish it was true because that sounds way cooler than what we have right now. Hold on, somebody has to know. It's a civil. Okay, God, if you, I'll start showing pictures. This shit's funny and interesting because it's so absurd. It's so absurd that I would go like, oh man, I wish it was true because like, it would be so beautiful if it was. Um, it was supposed to be, I think, parts of Europe, but I know for sure the U.S. places like Chicago. I don't know. I think it was Chicago, but like there used to be some kind of ancient civilization, right? Prior to the I think I think like that we discovered while everything like manifest destiny and everything was occurring, we discovered like ruins of some ancient civilization that long ago disappeared, or something like that. Or I don't know if there was a war, and that like we just built our shit on top of it, and then just forgot about all those ruins and all those buildings that existed uh, prior to the establishing of a lot of American cities. Ah, man, because nobody was interested in what the fuck they found. They were
Check
just
Annex VC, is that it?
God, let me see here. Hold on. Annex VC.
They call Chicago Chilaga.
Hold on. No, that doesn't sound familiar at all. Hold on. Yeah, okay, hold on. Chicago's older than we think. No, yeah. Okay. But it's like a civilization, and like people used to send me fucking links to it, and I would read this shit, and I would just be like, wow, that's so much fun. God damn it, I can't remember what it's called. I thought it was like with a T. You never heard this one, Anthony? Oh, Christ. Now we gotta find out. Dumb Money Media, if you're out there listening, can you fucking find it? And jump on the fucking stream, fucking baby. Um, hold on. Ancient conspiracy civilization lost in America.
Tartarian Empire.
Tartaria. There we go. Tartaria. That's the one. Tartaria. That's the one. Okay, so the Tartarian Empire. And there's been a lot of like, I think in 2021 there was like articles written about it. I think Bloomberg and a couple of different places covered it. Oh, the truth or it's fake, and all kinds of shit. And there was like a lot of talk about this stuff because there was maps that were found that people were using as evidence, and so on and so forth. Let me see if I can find this stuff inside the architecture. And that there's actual. Oh no! This never mind. I had it mixed up. I guess this was like. Oh, here we go. That there was actual images of like. Hold on. It's like an architecture based like conspiracy thing. It's pretty cool. Oh, I guess Bloomberg covered about. I take that shit for a grain of salt in and of itself, but this is fun. Um, oh, yeah, here we go. Let me show you the silly fun that I'm talking about. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Oop, not what I was looking to do. Hold on, give me a second. I have to change my camera shit. Okay, let me see here. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, so you go away. You become the window I want, which is this one. It's not doing it, so I guess. There we go. Okay, now I'm switching over. Oop. Yes, and switching over. Okay. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. So I remember I thought this was so much fun. I'm only clicking on this Bloomberg article from like 2021. On YouTube videos and Reddit boards, adherents of a bizarre conspiracy theory argue that everything you know about histories of architecture is wrong. In 1908, architecture earned a flag, completed the Singer Building in Lower Manhattan, every inch. Despite its height, the Pennsylvania, by any account, it's a fantastical tale. Once the tallest building in the world, and a New York icon knocked down in just a handful of decades. For some, it's too fantastical to believe, or perhaps not fantastical enough. A dedicated group of YouTubers and Reddit posters see the Singer Building and countless other discarded pre-modern beauties and extant view arts landmarks as artifacts of a globe-spanning civilization called the Tartarian Empire which was somehow erased from the history books. Adherents of this theory believe these buildings to be the keys to the hidden past, clandestinely obscured by malevolent actors. Who, why, to what possible end? As in many others, more high profile conspiracy theories, the Baroque fantasy doesn't offer much in the way of practical considerations, logic, or evidence, but it's grounded in some real anxieties pointing toward the changes wrought by the modern world in general and modern architecture specifically, and rejecting both. So I know a lot of the evidence. Never mind, I had it mixed up with a different fucking theory, but this one is that within the last century, uh, there was like a different civilization that ruled the world, and somehow it got struck from the books, and that our actual like what's it called? Like a lot of our history is false, and that there was an entirely different civilization with a different history that was like removed, and everything we know about our civilization uh, globally, as far as like the West, is all made up bullshit. Like it's wild. Um, and so a lot of the evidence they use is like images, photographs, like really early 1920s photographs of buildings that once existed and no longer are there for a variety of reasons. And here we go. Like built in the 1920s, the Hong Kong and Shanghai built Bank was one of the several ornate Western-style commercial buildings in Shanghai's Bund district. So because these buildings just ceased to exist at some point, and I guess the evidence pertaining to where those buildings went, what happened to them, when they were destroyed, why they were destroyed, and a variety of other things. And because architecture changed so significantly, and how I guess the history of architecture as it's written now doesn't correlate well with these photographs of buildings that used to exist, and how architecture progressively got worse and less complex over time. In fact, that the architecture that came, like that these buildings existed prior, and that those who built after couldn't replicate the quality of structures that used to exist. Yeah, so like, and so here the Chicago's World Fair, right? So they'll like be like, oh, look at this Chicago's World Fair. Where did all these buildings go? Where are they now? What happened to them? Why are they gone? Why is the recorded history of how these buildings no longer exist in the United States or otherwise suddenly just gone, and so on and so forth. Like, did they really build all this just for the World's Fair and then got rid of it? Like, it's just like there's a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna read this whole article. And then there's also like images of the earthquakes, so on and so forth. Collapsed buildings, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's the whole thing's this is something else. The whole thing is pretty fun, and it's because there's maps referring to Tartaria as like a fucking nation that's stretched across the globe, and old maps or whatever. And the mud flood, I think that's another part of it. That there was like some kind of flood that destroyed a lot of the structures that were originally there, and then they rebuilt them. They rebuilt structures that were of lesser quality than the architecture that already existed there, created by a previous civilization. Like, I guess the idea too was that like we just co-opted the buildings that were originally there from some other place or some shit, some other like global civilization that left, that got destroyed or somehow got lost, and so like we just co-opted the buildings, and we were never able to replicate the quality of these ancient buildings that were there, some shit like that. Whole thing's wild, and this is like the symbol of the original empire that spanned beyond even like Rome and shit. Like, yeah, there's like books on it and like all kinds of stuff. Like it's fun. It's super fun. I'm not gonna deny how fun it is, but I don't know, man. It's really easy. The problem with a lot of this stuff, man. Not much. Look at that. The problem with a lot of this stuff is that, like, if loose association runs rampant in your mind, it's really easy to just go, this connects to this and this connects to that, and it all makes sense, right? And so then you lose track of the details that don't quite make sense, and then all of a sudden, you're believing everything and anything associated to it because, one, it sounds really fucking cool, and I would love it if it was true, and then two, some of the more, I guess, abstract connections and meta connections you might make could probably be explained if you were to dig into more detail in some regard or another. Like, there's a lot of stuff that looks sus that is really mundane. I guess that's my point. There's a lot of stuff that, like, oh, at first glance, you're like, that's sus. And then if you do any further digging, you're going to be like, oh, that's not sus. That's boring. So, yeah. Tartar sauce is all that's left. Yeah, this one's fun. I always thought this was a fun one. You never heard of that carp?
I'm actually just reading shit about it on Reddit right now.
Are you're gonna suddenly fucking hit me up later and be like, "Hey, X, oh man, you were wrong. This stuff's real. Fucking Tartari."
Possibly.
I saw enough videos. I watched all these things. It's a real place. Ah, they tricked us all. Like, I would be awesome. Like I said, I would love that for that to be true because that's way more fun and interesting.
What do you think would be more interesting?
But
Tartaria or goblins living in your vents?
both. Let's take it all. The goblins come from Tartaria. They're the remnants of Tartaria. What do you mean goblins living in the vents? What's that? Which one's that?
That's a goblins and gnomes are another common conspiracy theory.
Well, those are more like folklore, right? And
I mean, there's people who actually believe goblins and gnomes exist and that the government's covering it up.
oh, that's when it gets turned into a conspiracy. Hold on one sec. Guys. Hold on. I gotta say goodnight to my kiddo here. Hold on a sec. Where's my camera? Where are you? Hold on. Yeah. Come here. Careful. That's why you don't jump down like that. Hello? Alright, I'm back. Where are we? What is this? Yes.
I think goblins and gnomes starts to like cross that line from weird conspiracy theories to actual schizophrenia because a lot of these people claim to have seen goblins themselves or heard them whispering to them from the vents.
I mean, maybe, right? But goblin time. But then there's arguments that can be posed pertaining to if you want to go down that rabbit hole. There's people that pose arguments saying that, like, there's individuals on this planet that could see multiverse, trans-dimensional creatures that exist outside of human range of vision and experience or whatever, and that they're able to see these things. And just because you can't doesn't mean they're not real. Type fucking arguments. You get me?
Yeah.
And that in fact the conspiracy is labeling these people as schizophrenic so that we never have to deal with the problems that came. I mean, dude, there's people out there that, like, legit believe that Tolkien was describing the true history of the planet.
Seriously?
Yes.
I've never heard of that one.
No, because this is the thing. Okay, so if you read some of Tolkien's work, and then like the Silmarillion and like other stuff. Tolkien, because Tolkien was a big time like historian, right? Tolkien loved history, right? And Tolkien loved folklore and mythology and things of that nature, right? And so when Tolkien created Lord of the Rings and everything else, he was trying to create like a mythos, like a creation myth and mythos almost based on a lot of the mythology, Celtic stuff, all sorts of pre-Roman invasion sort of like mythology and stories and legends and Nordic shit, all kinds of stuff, right? So, so he was trying to create like a mythos, like a legendarium, and and so the way he built it was kind of like with this idea of creating like almost an alternate history of Earth, but for the purposes of obviously fiction, right? And so if you read some of Tolkien's stuff, especially like if it's more the more description based stuff, say like in the prelude or whatever, or is it prelude of like the original Fellowship of the Rings, he's just, like there's a section where he's describing the hobbits, right, as a species, and in that section he refers to like the history of the hobbits as being kind of one with the history of our planet of Earth, right? So oftentimes like things like hobbits and elves and all those beings that no longer exist, the excuse that Tolkien makes is like, oh, you know, they either left and went to a different place, Numeria, I think, and stuff like that, or and then humans were left on the planet to fend for themselves, and all these other species still exist, but they're in hiding, and that like hobbits are still around, but they're like hiding or some shit, and like so he wrote it that way, right? It was like a world building thing. You get me? And
Right.
so, but there's people out there that like legit think it's not, that he was actually like writing like it's real. Um, and then there's people that tie some of that stuff to other conspiracies, and that like Tolkien was aware of these, and so he was trying to send a message. It's it's a mess out there, man. It's a mess out there. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating mess. So anyway,
I
yeah,
might have to start researching conspiracy theories just out of
it's
curiosity.
so much fun, dude. I used to watch Tolkien World is real. Hold on. There's like people because there's real. Yeah, yeah. See, I don't know if I'll be able to find it here, but I've seen videos and I've seen people write stuff on like. Here we go. Here's a Reddit from like 2020. Let's see here. Some people think Lord of the Rings is based on true history by old books Tolkien found in a library. Yeah, so there's conspiracies that Tolkien found history books, like some kind of ancient history books, and that he used those in order to recount the true history of Earth or some shit, and that they were written in ancient Scandinavian. Yeah, yeah, and that he was going around telling people. Yeah, it says right here, like, yeah, I've heard of that one. The C.S. Lewis, like, oh, there's a whole history that people have forgotten. And since he thought, like, the conspiracy too is that since he thought no one would ever believe this as anything a legitimate legitimacy, it is better at least to write like a fiction that will kind of ring true in the minds of many, even if such a history will be forever forgotten to time or some shit like that. Yeah.
I gotta go lift weights.
Oh, you do really right now?
Yeah, it's fucking. I've got a shower in an hour.
Okay, go lift weights and think about Tolkien and how you could have had an elf waifu.
All right.
All right, later. Hilarious. Oh, okay. Hey, wait, where'd my window go? Why is it gone? Hey, why is it gone? So that's not what I'm trying to do. God damn it, all to hell. I really don't understand some of the stuff on here. It, like, drives me crazy. Like, I'll do that, and then it'll be like, nope, not that one. And I'll be like, okay. Okay, now it's gone, I guess. Whatever. So yeah, it's a fun one. There's a lot of fucking thoughts and ideas pertaining to all this wild shit. It's like, okay, well, I mean, I wish it was true. And then when I look into it, I'm like, it doesn't look like it's true. There's a lot of holes here, and there's a lot of stuff that's being overlooked. And there's a lot of missing evidence and everything else. And the only way I can fill all those holes is by wanting it to be true and making loose associations, which I really want to do because my brain likes to do that. But then I go, that's probably not happening. It's probably not what's happening. And then it's depressing because I want that to be true. I want Tartaria to be a real thing 100%. I want Tolkien's literature to actually be ancient Scandinavian history of the world that was lost through time. Like, I want that to be true. Like, I hear that shit and I go, "Oh man, I wish it was true, please." When I hear people say goblins are real and I've seen gnomes, I'm like, I hope you're right. I hope goblins are real and you see gnomes and they're really there and it's just not mental illness. Please be real goblins and gnomes. Even if I'll never 100% believe it since I haven't encountered any goblins and gnomes. And even if I were to encounter goblins and gnomes, I'll probably question my own sanity before I actually believe certifiably that I'm seeing actual goblins and gnomes. I'm not muted. Oh, you were muted. Okay, good. So, so yeah, like I just like in my head, I just go, I wish all these conspiracies were real. And I wish there was all these cool alternate histories and all this super cool stuff. And if any of it's true, um, I like to believe that some of this will be accessible to me in my own headcanon of there being an afterlife. So my own silly headcanon regarding that sort of stuff. So which requires a similar amount of folly, loose association, and belief and faith and a rational nonsense that I'm okay with. So that's why I don't really shit on people that like believe some of these really wild global conspiracies about existence because I just go, yeah, like I think the difference is like believing in some of this stuff and thinking it might be true, and then acting on it and ruining your life, even if like trying to be some fucking martyr messiah of truth, of the grand narrative truth, right? I'm not saying there shouldn't be any kind of fucking whistleblower when it comes to certain things for sure, but man, good luck, because even if like this is the problem, right? Let's just say somebody like some of that, like something like Tartaria or something, or Atlantis is for real, and then somebody was like, even if the like, it would require a significant amount of world governments to go, it's real, we promise, and then even then there would still be a large swath of the population that will go, no, it's not. If the government says it's real, then it's probably fake. This is black propaganda, right? Like they're trying to make us believe something That was a lie is actually the truth, and that's the lie. And there's no way to win, or there's no way to win. There's no way to win. So if the U.S. government came out and said um, Atlantis was real, we covered it up, or even better, they say there are transdimensional beings known as goblins that exist in your home that you can't see. They're harmless, but they run around your house. And if sometimes they move things around, and the U.S. government has now come clean about their existence, and then they show like some weird like camera showing footage of one of the goblins inside a building doing mischief, right? Even if that happened, there would still be so many people that either would go, "Wow, the everything's over. The government has lost its mind," or the people that would go, "I knew it, goblins," or the people that go, "Oh, who cares? It's just goblins, and they can't do anything." And the people that would go, "Oh, they're telling us there's goblins in your walls because they're trying to use the panic of goblins being in your walls and this nonsense. It's actually a false flag. The goblin information, the government saying goblins are real, is a false flag for something else that they're covering up." It's just there's no winning, man. There's no fucking winning. There's just zero winning on this one. Dude, I've seen people that believe a variety of conspiracies argue with each other over why their conspiracy is real and the other person's isn't, and why their conspiracy is government lies, and why the other person's conspiracy is government lies, and why their conspiracy is true. And it just turns into a big fucking infighting clusterfuck. It's a mess, man. I used to hang out in a lot of those weird circles when I was in my 20s. I would be like online, what is it, terminally online when it came to like all these social subjects. I think part of the reason I was like that was because I was sitting there going, "God, this world's so boring and everything in it is so trash and disappointing. Please, please, somebody find something really cool and fun and interesting than this." And then I would find those things and I would go, "Oh, please be real. What's the evidence? What do you have to talk? What do you have to say about it?" And because I would read it and I'd look into it and then I would go, there's a lot of stuff missing. Damn it. And there's a lot of stuff that is like proof with what is that? Because of a lack of like, because it doesn't exist, it must be a cover up. It must be hidden. Type like filling of the gaps. And it was just not enough for me, and I would just be disappointed. And I go, I wish all these things were true, because that would be cool, but they're probably not. And I would just get really sad. And then I would upset people because I would say, "But this is missing," and they'd be like, "You're just don't believe," or something. Okay. And once you start dropping that on me, I don't know what else to say. I'm like, well, I hope you're right. You're right. I hope all these things you're saying are real, because it's far more interesting whatever bullshit I got in front of me most of the time. So, Jesus. It's like playing some IRL ARG, right? Alternate reality game, where you're just like you're coping by really getting immersed in this alternate reality game because the reality sucks so bad and so blackpilling in many regards. Yeah, conspiracy theories are a government psyop. I mean, the term conspiracy theory is a government psyop because, if I remember correctly, the term itself was created by the very groups that were in charge of investigating some of the conspiracy surrounding John F. Kennedy's assassination. So when JFK died, There's a lot of people with a lot of theories and a lot of ideas, and that term was created for the purpose of discussing these sort of theories, but also politically, people were arguing that that term was created to dissuade anybody from wanting to be associated to it, and to actually dismiss any theories that might actually be of value, and to conflate the crackpot theories from the legitimate ones, and so it would just become a clusterfuck, and no one would believe any of it, and it became like a. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. That particular piece of history pertaining to the term, I believe it because it's still being used now. People like to use the term conspiracy theory to just dismiss corruption, like various levels of corruption that are very much like legitimately possible. So it's definitely used politically very often to dismiss enemies, political enemies, and otherwise. So it's all a bummer. It's all a bummer. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Who's on here? Nobody's on here with me except for my like just chilling there. I don't know what to talk about, guys. See, I just go off on a ramble when somebody says something, and I'll talk for like a good fucking 45 minutes about it. I don't know if anybody's interested in what I'm saying, but I don't care that much, to be honest. I'm just saying things. So, and this is a surprise random stream, so it's not with a particular subject in mind. So if anybody wants to throw something out there at me, you're more than welcome to. If you want to hear from inside the mind of some depressed schizoid fuck on the internet, that's particularly feeling particularly misanthropic at times. So if you want that, or if you want to talk to me, you can. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know. This is probably like me doing like streams like this is probably not good for my brand, huh? It's probably not even good for the advocacy. Might be helpful to some of the Zoids out there and otherwise, and find watching something like this useful and cathartic of sorts because they might relate to it in some capacity or another. But I don't know if it's very good for my more meta goals. It's probably not. I think about that sometimes. I go, this is probably not a good idea to just be sitting here rambling on the internet while drinking a few beers and seltzers. I love seltzers. They just no hangovers. It's the best. Zero hangovers. In fact, I'm like very hydrated, which is hilarious. Because it's just literally just alcohol with water. And when you drink alcohol, you're supposed to drink a lot of water if you want to avoid a hangover. So you're kind of doing this. So it's interesting as far as that goes. One second, guys. Christ almighty, people just be walking around. We're good. I always got fam. It's like different people living in this home, so I always got fam. It's all fam. Kind of walking about. And I like to respect their privacy, so I'm just like, what? Any case, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I just rather just play music and sit here and just play video games or something. I don't know what people find entertaining or useful. I know what I would have to do to say have like a channel that could be moderately successful if I wanted to be really disingenuous and mask like crazy. I could probably do that, which will eventually burn me out and end in tragedy. That's definitely doable. Um, that's not what I want to do. I just want to be myself as I try to construct whatever that may be. As I try to reconstruct 2 decades of masking to free myself of it and then turn myself into some kind of sincere person. I'm just hoping to give some of you an earlier start than I got. I wish I got an earlier start. I'd be a lot better off mentally by now. Thanks for that self loss. I'll check it out later. Chopin, not Chopin. All that kind of shit's interesting. Oh, talking about fairies. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, fairies. All that sort of stuff's really fun. Like I've gotten into all of it. Like at some point or another in my life, like I've gotten into like all the fun conspiracy. Like, oh, the truth about fairies, the truth about this, the truth about that, the truth about blah, blah, blah. I'll be honest with you, amongst all of them, the only one I've ever haven't been able to like just go, just discard is afterlife shit. Only because there's just it's not it's not something that's associated to any particular culture. It's just all over. And then on top of that, there's still kind of more secular accounts of a lot of that stuff that I find really interesting and captivating. So I know it's just my own faith in it, but whatever. That's a hill I've decided to die on, as far as non-materialist stuff goes. I'm definitely not going to die on the fairies are real or goblins are real or Tartaria is a real hill. As interesting as that might be. Hey, Miss Halloween. Yeah, I'm always having kind of a shitty time. That's if you ever see me do like a surprise stream, it's probably because I'm not doing too good, and I'm feeling God, never mind. I can't even talk about it. It's fucking disgusting. Let's just say I want to hear from people that don't mind my depressing ass. How about that? That's a good way to put it. And I want to vent. I want to vent about it. And then those people can do whatever they want with it. I'm not like really interested when I do a stream like this. I'm not really interested in like, oh, how many views am I getting or how many people are watching, because I'm not talking about anything that I want to convey out there about any particular subject. It's just kind of me rambling about. So That's what I hate. I can have like a pretty good day and just have a really shit time later at night. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like good days just remind me of how bad other ones are. That sucks. I hate that. That's not how I should function. It kind of does oftentimes. Yeah, and like me being a depressing fuck is not exactly conducive to a successful, live stream career, YouTube shit or whatever the fuck. Like none of that is conducive. Like I'm supposed to be like entertaining. I can be. I mean, when the mood strikes me, I don't mind being entertaining as long as it's sincere. When I'm having fun, if I'm having fun and it's entertaining to watch me have some kind of fun to whatever degree, then that's the kind of entertaining I like to be. I don't like to be entertaining like superficially for the purposes of like getting people to stick around and watch me. Like it's just so fucking boring, dude. Like I have to be interested in what it is that we're doing or talking about for me to be sincerely engaged. And then if people find that entertaining, then I will kind of try to continue that stride, kind of continue down that path. Because I'm having a good time, and it seems like the people watching are having a good time. So that's good in that sense. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really like fucking with that too much. Like if I wanted like a successful stream tonight, it's not that hard. As far as like okay, so there's like relatively, busy stream for this channel and the topic which is really niche. Um, the overarching idea behind the channel is really niche. But if I wanted to be interesting, I would like talk about a specific type of emotionally conducive, internally difficult, uh, frustrating, and saddening aspect of being somebody with schizoid PD, and then my beliefs and theories on that matter, and my own experiences, and so on and so forth, and then like really pinpointing a specific issue, and then concentrating the stream on that particular thing. Like that's how I've noticed like my streams can be, I guess, relatively successful to as far as how many people are watching and for how long. But when I don't have the energy for that, I just want to jump online and just read whatever the fuck everyone's writing about whatever it is I'm saying, in the hopes that they'll say something else that'll distract me with another ramble, or maybe they'll get on and they'll ramble about something, and then I can sit here and listen to them, which is also distracting and appealing to me. So that's how I see it. Like it's kind of funny, for the people that are watching this stream and enjoying it for whatever reason. You're using me as a distraction, uh, or some kind of catharsis, or whatever the fuck it is you use me for, and I'm totally fine with that. And I'm using the people watching as the same thing, right? You're like a people that I find relatable in some capacity, and thus, thus it gives me some form of distraction and alleviating of my own discomfort. I guess that's the best way to put it, and that's okay. Like, if anything, I believe that's a good thing to do for all parties. So you're helping me, you're helping me, uh, and I guess for some of you, I might be helping you, even if it's just as far as the distraction goes. And that's perfectly fine. Sometimes that's all. That's all you have. That's all you have. Some days. All right, we're hitting 10:30. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna like jump on my Switch or something, play some games, and look forward to the amazing week ahead of me. I have some fun stuff planned for tomorrow. Hopefully that'll pan out and be interesting. And a few moments of peace that I find in between could be nice. And then all the moments of darkness. Not so good. Not so good sometimes. Okay. So if you like the stream, if you like whatever the fuck it was I did today, which I'll probably end up unlisting because this is just useless garbage that nobody wants to watch. I don't think. Um, if you like any of this or any of the stuff of more substance that I've made in the past, please support me on Patreon. Please support me on PayPal or wherever the fuck you're more comfortable. Super chats, whatever, all that shit. All that adds up. All that helps. Just if you think what I'm doing is of use. Um, Me and Joanna of Mind Mastery are going to be making some changes to the group coaching sort of support group thing that we do. We're going to make we're making changes as to how we run it. In order to, we made some decisions pertaining to it because we think it'll be more conducive to actually being of more use to the people or more interesting for people to want to join, as well as more useful to people that do try it. And I'll talk about that further, what changes those are in the next, probably on Tuesday. Tuesday's like normal stream. So we probably will have some kind of subject in mind that we'll oftentimes derail from, but that's just part of the fun. Okay. If you want to see what I was talking about before, just watch the VOD later. If you caught this too late. And if anybody has a question or wants to tell their story or some shit, and you're schizoid, and you're like, fuck it, I want to tell my story anonymously in some regard or another, just DM me. See what's up. If you're schizoid that wants to get their shit out there in this anonymous fashion because you think maybe it'll be helpful to somebody out there feeling the same, I'd like to hear those stories. I'm interested in them. Why are my messages not showing? They are showing. I saw all your messages. I saw your messages. I think I'm looking through some of these. I mean, you have a lot. It's a few messages. Yeah, I'm probably just not reading all of them, all the messages I see. It's kind of like, there's a bunch of shit on there. You're fine, Malcolm. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah. And if you don't have any money to support my project and my advocacy, just go ahead and link my shit everywhere, wherever you want. I don't give a fuck. And if you find other schizoids out there in a while, tell them about the Zoid Void. Tell them about the server. Spread the word on that shit too. Spread the word on the videos, the channel, the server, wherever you might think it'll be of use to somebody. Okay, guys. When day is dark, always remember happy day. Though I'm having trouble doing it myself today. That's just how it be sometimes. That's just how it be. Why am I shouting that? That's not what I was trying to God, I'm so confident. It's unbelievable how confident I am. Luckily, it didn't show anything but video links, so that's good. Sorry about that. It all hurts so fucking much. So this. Alright, time for a song. And then I'm ending this shit. What song is it gonna be though? What song am I going to play today to end this shit on? Let's think. Let me think. I'm trying to find something here. Not seeing anything that's really calling my attention right now. Well, fuck it. I already got probably a copyright claim on this shit anyway, so we'll go for some real depressing shit. Fuck you. Let's go.
Rows of houses all bearing down on me. I can feel the hands touching me. All these things into position. All these things will one day swallow whole. This machine will not communicate these thoughts and the strain I am under. We watch out for a circle before we all go under. Fight for life, I can feel death, can see its beady eyes. All these things into position, all these things will one day swallow.
happier, more productive, comfortable, not drinking too much, regular exercise at the gym, 3 days a week, getting on better with your associate employee contemporaries, at ease, eating well, no more microwave dinners and saturated fats, a patient better driver, a safer car, baby smiling in backseat, sleeping well, no bad dreams, no paranoia, careful to all animals, never washing spiders down a plug hole, keep in contact with old friends, enjoy a drink now and then, will frequently check credit at Moral, Bank, Hole in Wall, favors for favors, fond but not in love, charity standing orders, on Sundays reading Road Supermarket, no killing moths or putting boiling water on the ants, car wash, also on Sundays, no longer afraid of the dark or midday shadows, nothing so ridiculously teenage and desperate, nothing so childish, at a better pace, slower and more calculated, no chance of escape, now self-employed, concerned, but powerless, an empowered and informed member of society, pragmatism not idealism, will not cry in public, less chance of illness, tires that grip in a wet, shot of baby strapped in backseat, a good memory, still cries at a good film, still kisses with saliva, no longer empty and frantic, like a cat, tied to a stick, that's driven into frozen winter shit, the ability to laugh at weakness, calm, fitter, healthier, and more productive,